Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna 73. This is going to be another zodiac sign moon reading. If you go to my community section, you will see that I did a course in Vedic astrology, and I will start to incorporate Vedic astrology into my tarot readings. Okay, I will try and keep it as accurate as possible. I don't know if I'm going to do it according to the monthly signs, okay, or weekly, or I will see how this goes, okay. But I'm going to incorporate the Vedic astrology with the Western astrology, and we're going to do the sign of Libra today. We're going to use the Sufi wisdom deck and the Karma music tarot deck for this specific reading, okay. So first I'm going to draw a few cards and see what lessons and messages, messages do you have, my Libra collective. You will see when I say in my community, your sign will always be one sign behind in the post that I made. Say I mentioned say for example you're in Aries, but in Vedic astrology you're going to be falling under a Libra. No, I mean a Pisces, sorry. But anyway, let's continue for Libra. What lessons and messages do you have for my Libra collector? Okay, I think that's enough. I've shuffled the cards. Okay, your first card is a Two of Cups. Second card is a Tower. Okay, let me just adjust the camera here quickly. I want you to see the cards. Okay. Okay, I should put it over here. Okay. Okay. I want you to see the cards, but I don't know how to put the cards now. It's always so difficult with this thing. Yeah, let me just... Okay, I will try and keep it. Okay, let's just leave it like this. Okay, these cards are so big as well. Okay. Okay, so 8 cards for 4 cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Your first card is the Two of Cups. Your second card is the Tower card. Third card is the Two of Wands. Your fourth card is the Justice card. Then you have the Ten of Wands. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands. And you end off with the Sun card. Okay, and we're going to draw a oracle card now for you, Libra. What lessons and messages do you have, my Libra collective, please and thank you. Lessons and messages for my Libra collective. Okay. Fine wine. Longing is a portal to wholeness. Okay. Fine wine, longing is a portal to wholeness. So Libra, like I said, we're using the Sufi Wisdom Oracle deck. And we're doing a reading for you, Libra. And under the Vedic astrology, your sign is also known as Tula Rashi. Okay. You have the fine wine here. It says longing is the portal to wisdom. And this card is basically setting the tone for the whole reading. Like a deep spiritual tone. It suggests that there might be feelings of dissatisfaction, emotional pain, or intense yearning. But the card also playfully, yeah, with this phrase fine wine, it playfully plays on a specific set of words, okay? Because wine is wine, but wine can also be someone that's whining, somebody that's complaining, somebody that's not satisfied with something, okay? And sometimes none of us want to be known or want to be seen as people who complain, okay? So what we tend to do is we tend to avoid, most of us, we don't want to be a burden to a lot of people. We're avoiding certain feelings or certain experiences. I would say more certain feelings or like your deepest desires. You're basically avoiding something in this fine wine. But you need to embrace this, Libra. It's something about your deepest soul desires, about longings that you have. And you may be seen as flaws, okay? But at the end of the day, Libra, these are the same energies or the same feelings where your growth lies, and which the same type of feelings that can direct you and guide you back to your true self, okay, your complete self, your whole self. Libra, you are sign, you constantly desire perfect harmony and justice. You are the scales of the zodiac after all. But you also have this nagging dissatisfaction. Okay. Maybe you have a nagging dissatisfaction of something in your own life. Maybe you have a nagging dissatisfaction of something as a whole in the collective or in the world for that matter. But this dissatisfaction that you're feeling is actually like a compass. Your feelings is an indication. It's a compass. It shows you it shows you something, okay? It shows you to your highest potential. So you need to embrace whatever this is. Okay, so we're going to look at the cards now. I think this reading, we're going to call this reading that you're going on a quest for balance, Libra, because you also have the Justice cards here, and you're represented by the Justice card, okay? It's also Major Arcana card, and it's also quintessential to your essence as a sign of Libra. You're a cardinal sign, and you're ruled by the sign of ruled by Venus, which is also called Shukra, okay? It represents natural dharma, the pursuit of righteousness, balance, and karmic equilibrium. Here in this Justice card, you will see she has a sword. Her pants is also torn, which suggests to me, Libra, that you seek balance in things. But the type of balance you seek is sometimes not a passive balance, but it's a confrontational, active balance, okay? A confrontational, active process. And there's some type of, Libra, it signifies to me that there's a major decision that is due, okay? Something that requires of you an unemotional, clear judgment. Because this is a matter of great importance and it needs to be resolved. And basically you should step out of your emotions regarding this. You're basically being called to be the scales and weighing the evidence of your life, your relationships, your career, okay? And making, and stuff like that, and making a firm and fair choice based of this. And this action that you take, it will define your immediate future. I know I'm going to read the cards. I'm not going to read the cards 1, 2, 3, 4 like I read it before, okay? I'm going to read the cards to the way I'm being pulled to read the cards, okay? And I was pulled to this card first. I'm being pulled to this card secondly, which is the Four of Cups. This card represents somebody that's discontent, somebody that's feeling that they may be missed an opportunity, they may be brooding, okay? They're not in a good space. Somebody could be restless, you could be restless. Okay. In this card, this person is basically concentrating on what's missing and not what's present in their life. The Four of Cups is always is sometimes associated with the first decade of Cancer. But today it highlights a discontent in the area of relationships or emotional stability. Okay, it shows a frustration with your current emotional equilibrium. And this is something that you need the most. You're a Libra. Okay, you have to be very impartial in certain things. This is your fine wine, basically. Okay, this is your fine wine, Libra. You're emotionally withdrawn. The Oracle card is advising you to move through these feelings and not to basically repress it, okay? Then we're going to the Ten of Wands. Overburdened. You're feeling heavy with responsibility. You could be taking on things that are not even yours to carry. You need to delegate, okay? There's a lot of raw stress or something that you experience in that regard. Okay. We're looking at the Ten of Wands now. The Ten of Wands is traditionally linked to Saturn, which is also called Shani, okay, in Sagittarius. Saturn influence brings restriction and hardship. And for you, Libra, ruled by Venus, carrying this much burden, it basically completely derails your essential need for pleasure and ease. And this Justice card demands that you take action with the Ten of Wands. Because you're basically to weigh down, to act fairly in a situation. You're weighed down by some type of burden, and because you're weighed down by some type of burden, you cannot act fairly, you cannot be impartial about something. And you must drop some of these things that you're carrying. It's like logs, okay? A person carrying a load of logs, and it's very heavy, before you can bring anything into balance. There's something and a type of action, this type of action that you need to initiate what you need to release with this Knight of Wands, because it speaks of energetic action, moving quickly, passion, adventure. Okay, somebody doing sudden movement, a sudden departure. It's a burst, like a burst of energy. Like somebody being rebellious and passionate, okay? And maybe perhaps also impulsive. Leo is also linked to the Knight of Wands. Okay? Self-expression, movement, fiery personality. This is the type of energy that you need to tap in right now. The frustration of the Four of Cups and the exhaustion of the Ten of Wands must be met with this Knight's decisive, confident action. For you, Libra, this energy could be difficult to wield as you prefer to be diplomatic about things. Okay? But the Justice card, yeah, it requires you to be firm and in your resolve. Okay, we're going to the Two of Cups now. The Two of Cups usually speak of union and partnership. Okay, yeah, union and partnership. It can also speak of mutual attraction, harmony, and soul connection. It speaks here in this card of a close, passionate bond if you look at these two figures in the card. And it speaks of connection, which is, in my opinion, key for Venus, you being ruled by Venus, Libra. It speaks of a very nurturing energy. Okay, it speaks to me about some type of wholeness. And it's basically maybe something that you seek in your relationship. Okay, harmony and basic wholeness and a heartfelt connections with people. And it is available, okay? But you have to create the conditions for this, okay, with this Justice card. Within yourself, with the people around you. Two of Wands speaks of future planning, personal power, moving forward and making choices about a new direction. The card speaks also about or emphasizes a moment of decision and stepping out into the world. Okay, they play music, which is basically vibrant and active. Okay, this card is associated with Mars, which is also Mangal in Aries. Aries is the opposite sign of Libra. And this brings in some type of confrontational energy that basically is necessary for you to decide about something. And you must stop overthinking and act with purpose. Assert yourselves, assert your own will in something. Because there's some future focus plan. I don't know exactly what the situation is, Libra, that you're facing. Okay. Yeah, we're going to the Tower. The Tower is often associated with Mars, which is also Mangal. The influence of Mars suggests that sometimes painful and sudden things like destruction, painful and sudden destruction of maybe something that's old and rigid, okay? Something that needs to be destroyed. Something that's unavoidable and it's basically some type of chaotic thing, but it's unavoidable, okay? A false sense of security that was causing maybe the Ten of Wands burden. Because you, Libra, you fear conflict and disharmony, okay? And this card may be terrifying for a lot of people, but it's necessary. It's maybe sudden and jarring, maybe a sudden and jarring truth that the Justice card demands that you see, so that maybe a current structure that you have or that you built that needs to fall, so that something more authentic can be built in its place or take its place, okay? We have the Sun card here. The Sun card is Surya. It's, in my opinion, the Sun card is it's represents somebody who self-realizes themselves, almost like the, I wouldn't say, no. Yeah, the Sun card, I wanted to say the Chariot card, because the Chariot card speaks of self-mastery, but this also speaks about self-realization. Somebody that's vital, has a lot of vitality, truth, success, happiness. It speaks of joy, okay? It's in this deck, the Sun card today, it could represent a promise of something new, freedom, something that's really rewarding, something that's pure, unadulterated joy. This journey of dissatisfaction that you're experiencing, Libra, with this Four of Cups and this Justice card and this Tower, is basically being rewarded by the Sun, because it signifies ultimate happiness, success, and a really clear self-expression. This fine wine or this longing, it's successfully going to guide you to some type of, or a state of wholeness, basically. Your soul knows, Libra, that it deserves more with this Four of Cups. This the satisfaction that you're feeling, it's almost like sacred, okay? It's a sign that your soul knows you deserve more, that you deserve balance and harmony. And you don't need to suppress what you're feeling. Take decisive action with this Justice card and with this Two of Wands and this Knight of Wands. It's like you're constantly weighing something instead of, you're endlessly weighing something and not doing something also here. You have the intellectual clarity. You're an air sign. And you must drop this burden, Libra. You have to. This Knight of Cups, this Knight of Wands energy is going to help you overcome this tendency for always preferring peace instead of actually acting on something because you know you need to. And you need to embrace this breakdown that this Tower is going to bring. because I think this, if you embrace this breakdown guided by this justice card, it will trigger a shocking change, but it's also essential, okay, for destruction of some type of old structure, and it's going to clear something for something really new, something beautiful. Yeah, you end up with the Sun card after all, and you should not resist this, because I feel currently you're resisting this, because whatever this is for your highest good, okay? Because the result of whatever this experience is the Two of Cups. You start off with the Two of Cups and you end up with the Sun. It speaks of harmony and joy. You're going to arrive at a true balanced partnership, maybe inside of yourself, maybe with someone, some type of glorious success here, because the Sun represents some type of self-realization of your higher self, an achievement of something that's going to be lasting for you, Libra, and it's going to free you from something, some type of karma that's going to lead you to a rebirth of joy, Libra. Okay. Wow, this is beautiful, Libra. I think this is amazing. Anyway, I don't know what exactly this is that you're experiencing, but you need to embrace whatever this Tower is going to bring into your life, because it's basically making rooms for something more meaningful. Anyway, this is your reading for today. I hope it was helpful. Please like, share and subscribe, and please take care. Love you guys. Bye.